Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is Wolf and I'm bringing you some more tech news. Starting off today, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 Ti 20GB allegedly teased. So, as the story says today, a Chinese content creator, big hardware player, has somehow gotten their hands on an engineering sample for the RTX 3080 20GB version. So, here are some screenshots of the GPU in a GPU-Z. Looking at what I assume to be the CUDA core count right here, you can see the regular 3080 has 8,704 CUDA cores, whereas the 3080 20GB has 10,496 CUDA cores, equivalent to what is on the RTX 3090. It doesn't have the same amount of memory bandwidth, where the 3090 has 936 gigabytes per second. Sorry. The 3080 20GB version has 760 gigabytes per second. They're all on the GA102 die. You can see 8 nanometers, basically the same size, and of the A1 revision. So now, looking at this performance slide, you can see that the 3080 20GB doesn't trail too far behind the 3090. So basically, it might make the 3090 irrelevant when it does drop and people can actually get their hands on it, because miners and their thousands of bots are just lining up for when new stock just drops, and we can't get any. Well, I digress. Yes, now back to the performance. You can see they tested a few games with an AMD R9 5950X, and you can see in the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's getting 41 FPS in Shadow of the Tomb Raider at maxed out settings, and the 3080 20GB is getting 40 FPS. So looking at the 1390, it looks irrelevant, but due to the limited pool of games tested, it looks like a wider margin than it actually is. So you guys will have to wait until more benchmarks come out for this card to see how it actually performs in a wider scale, because some games will perform better on different GPUs. That's how they're coded. So you're not gonna get the same scenario every time, so that's what they call margin of error. So you try to work for the most consistent result across all games tested. So next, AMD files patent for a machine learning chiplet design that can be attached with a GPU. So when I say that, first thing comes to mind is that AMD's version of DLSS. It's been a long time. Nvidia had DLSS to help with the performance hit that is presented with real-time ray tracing. It's now time for AMD to implement a version for themselves to make things more competitive in the GPU space. What they need to add now is a full suite of streaming tools and a better GPU encoder so that persons have another option to choose other than Nvidia if they're going for a professional focused streamer slash content creator focused build. They get a good encoder for less of their GPU power being eaten up when they're trying to like record gameplay or record in OBS. So this is how a render of how it might look is, but this can change in the future as more information becomes available about this patent. Next, Intel partners with ASUS to launch Iris Z desktop graphics to OEMs. So, from the information I have gathered, is that this card is basically trash. It's good that Intel is doing some graphics work, but from what I've gathered, this GPU won't be able to function without a system using an Intel 9th generation CPU or 10th generation. It's so painstaking. I can't even bother. So let me just give you the specs. It comes with 80 execution units, 4 gigabytes of LPDDR4X memory. Yes, system RAM, because it's a integrated GPU package on a PCB to slot into a PCI Express slot. Yes, they say it has a adaptive sync and display HDR support along with artificial intelligence capabilities. But if it won't work in systems other than Intel based systems, does this really count as a discrete GPU or a viable option to compete against AMD and Nvidia? Does it really? Answer that question in the comments. So here, Asus DG1 4GB. Some images. Yeah, enough of that. On to the last story. Some eye candy for you guys. Asus GeForce RTX 3070 and 3060 Ti Megalodon graphics cards pictures. So recently I've been wondering if Asus is a Japanese based company, because all these namings, Ryujin, Megalodon. If you watch anime, you might have heard some of these words in them, so you might think this product naming scheme is kind of inspired by that, and that the cards look good, but we might not be able to get them because, aforementioned scalpers with armies of bots ready to snap up every inch of stock we get. I'm talking seconds. Seconds ago, I heard 3070 was in stock. I was in the cart, ready to press purchase, and just to see it disappear from the cart. Says cart is empty. Go back to the page, still in stock. Press add to cart. Cart is empty. Well, enough of that. Thank you guys for watching. It's been fun bringing you guys content when I can. As I have work, I can't do this on a regularly scheduled basis. But I thank you guys for coming out, watching the videos, subscribing. I appreciate it. Makes me feel like I'm not doing this and just talking to myself. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let me know if you like the video or not. This has been Wolf. Thanks for watching.